Hello and welcome to the Garden Shop How to Garden video. In this video we want to show you how to sow your spinach seeds outdoors. So we'll show you that now. We have here our raised bed which we have designated for our brassica crop this year. So this has been dug over with lots of farmyard manure added to it. All your brassicas like a well-rotted soil or well-rotted farmyard manure in their soil. So first you need to prepare your drill. So we'll just get our string line here and space it out. When you're growing spinach, you should space the rows about 15 centimeters apart. Okay, so I'm just going to start with my first row now, and I'm just going to use the trowel here to make a trench about 2 centimeters deep, just less than an inch deep. Okay. Now, when to sow your spinach? Spinach can be sown anytime from early to mid-spring and right up to the middle of summer, and then you can continue then sowing again towards the end of summer. It just really need to avoid sowing it in the very hottest of weather in the middle of summer. Spinach will grow quite quickly and is very likely to bolt. So it's recommended that you stagger your sowing times to sowing a new row every 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll just show you now. When you're sowing your spinach, you just want to sow the seeds thinly. Just maybe one every 2 centimeters or so. And then later, once the seedlings have germinated, we will come back and thin out our seedlings to one every 10 centimeters. So today I'll just sow one row, and then in about 3 weeks time I'll come back and sow another row. So one thing with spinach, as it's a brassica, part of the brassica family of plants, they like a lot of nutrients in their soil. So as I said, we added farmyard manure to our soil. Later in the season you can top dress it with a plant food such as Grow More, which is an all-round general plant food. Okay, so now I've sown my seeds in my drill. The drill was 2 centimeters deep. Now I'm just going to backfill the drill with topsoil just to cover the seedlings. The seedlings were sown thinly, about one every 2 centimeters. Once the seedlings emerge, then we can thin them out to about 10 centimeters apart. And then in about 2 or 3 weeks time, I'll come back and sow a second row of spinach, and I'll sow it 15 centimeters to the left of my current row, which would be about here. Okay. So you want to keep your string line nice and straight for a nice neat row. Before you finish then, it's important to water in your crop, so we just give it a light watering in here. Run the watering can up and down 2 or 3 times. And that's it really. That's the process involved in how to sow your seedlings. Again, in the summer months you need to just keep your crop nice and moist, and in the very hottest of weather try to avoid too much sunlight on your plants, as it can cause bolting. But that was a video on how to sow your spinach seeds from thegardenshop.ie.